Welcome to Millionaire Real Estate Agent Training or Blueprint with Nathan Najib. Today, one of the most important topic I want to have a chat about: 6 things that agents need to know in the current market to be able to not just survive the hard times ahead, but thrive. A story to start off with: I started going into business end of 2007, started 2008. I was just getting into the business as it was going down, just like it is now, right? It was boom 2 years before that. Everything was happening and agents were having a ball, right? Because it was a boom, right? Everybody was buying and you didn't have to do much to sell, right? All you need to do is get your license and then all of a sudden, boom, you made a whole lot of money, right? Well, the next year or two is going to be exactly the same, possibly worse than what it was in 2008, 2009, and 2010, or part of 2010 when the GFC hit, right? So 6 things that you need to do. And also, like, by the time 2011 came, I was 19. By the time I got into 2010, I would have been 21, 22, and I became the #1 agent in that agency. Because one, we had 80% of agents left. There were 3 offices, 2 offices were closed, there was 1 office left, right? So there was not that much competition, but I had no idea what the good market was like, right? I came out the other end, worked real hard, of course, and did quite well. Now, these are 6 things that I did, or some of them I knew, some of them I fluked it, but these are the 6 things that I put together that you can do to not just survive, but take market share, if you will, right? Number one is have 1 year emergency funds. Now, it might be too late now because you might have made money and you might have spent it all, because a lot of people do that. A lot of agents did have a lot of fun. They thought everything this thing was gonna carry on forever, right? But if you've spent your money that you made, what you need to do, you need to have a part-time job. In 2008, what I did was I was working in real estate, selling real estate. I was working in Tasman Installation. There was an installation company, a factory down corner of Sparks Road, Hozu Junction Road, and whatever road, Springs Road, I want to say it is. But anyways, I used to work there. It was night shift. I used to work there, and I used to also drive taxi Friday and Saturday to make sure I could survive, right? So perhaps funds, if you've saved, great. If you haven't, you need to get yourself a side job so you can survive the next couple of years, because if you put in the yards, you could do quite well. Number 2, team of 8 players next to you. You don't have to have them hired working for you, but you need to be amongst people who's gonna do well over this hard time, or you need to be around people who's gonna advise you, help you get through these hard times, right? Because if you're around people who just want to have coffee, like most real estate offices do, they come here to have chat and have coffees, then you know what, you're not gonna make it. Number 3, a gigantic competitive advantage. And what would that be? Is specializing in an area, becoming a specialist in one area. 1,000 homes. What I talk about is like raving fans, having 1,000 people that know you by your first name, right? And creating a relationship with those people. Being diligent with following up, because now people can list houses, right? And give them the prices that was achieved 12 months ago. You know what? They're not gonna sell. A lot of amateur agents, they're gonna go to vendors and get the listing with last year's prices. And you know what? They're not gonna sell in the current market. So what you can do, you keep in touch with those vendors, and when they're ready, you can go and list the property, because now in this market, it's better to get the second time round listing rather than first time round and telling them not the truth, getting the listing, over promising, if you will, right? Always tell the truth at the start of the presentation. You don't want to get a listing over promising a price. You need to tell them, hey, the market was what it was 12 months ago. 12 months ago, you would have probably got 10, maybe 15% more. Today, the market is different, but here's the good news. The good news is if we sold today and we cash up, the market's on its way down, you sell here and buy down here. You can still make money. Being the best in the world. And how do you become best in the world? We talk about competence, knowledge, You got to know what you're talking about. You got to know the economy. You got to know everything about real estate. Will build competence, and competence will build confidence, right? So you need to know what houses are selling in the area, what the market is doing, what the economy is doing. What was the last 12 months like, and what is it like now, and what's going to be like moving forward, right? Number 4, cut fat, cut expenses. Like you're going out every Saturday night, every Friday night. Cut that. You can't afford to go out now and celebrate every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and Monday and Tuesday, right? Because you're not going to have those sales that you used to have, right? So cut that expenses. Not just expenses going out and partying, expenses also in your business. Like, you know what, maybe you're buying big expensive gifts for your clients. Okay, not expensive gifts, maybe we cut it back. I was talking to my team today, and we talked about like how can we cut expenses, right? We can still do what we do with the style that we do, right? But how can we won't be able to buy cake for $40 rather than $140 that we used to, right? So cut expenses. And then number 5, the morning routine, because the mind is going to get you through a hard time, right? Mind, if you've got a strong mindset, it can get you through very hard times, right? So my morning routine is how I prepare myself, how I put my bulletproof vest on every morning. And our morning routine, you can go back, you know what, we put a link for our morning routine down below, so you can watch that. It's an early morning, I get up early in the morning, and you'll know exactly what I do when I get up. Perhaps stick to that morning routine or create your own morning routine. And how you perform under pressure depends on how well you're prepared for the battle. Muhammad Ali said it beautifully. You know how we talk about getting prepared, getting your mind, your heart, your soul, and your body right before you get into the serving people, going out, making phone calls and all that kind of stuff, right? Muhammad Ali said the fight is won or lost far away from the witness, behind the lines, in the gym, and out there on the road, long before I dance under the lights. And how true is that? Because how you prepare yourself is how you're going to perform, right? The last one, be a great, decent human being. Be a good people. Be interested in people. So when you're giving advice to people, you give them advice what's best for them, not how you can make a quick money or a quick sale. And I know in real estate it's quite common to give them high price to get a property signed now, and then put them in a room negotiation, negotiate them down, and all that kind of stuff that it's very common in real estate. I say if you want to have a sustainable, successful, long-term and amazing business, you need to be a decent, nice human being and taking care of people, every single person you come in contact with, by, as I said, telling people the truth. And so these are the 6 things. We'll put a PDF for that as well, for you to look at, and all the very best. I do hope you make it through these hard times ahead, because I feel like future is bright. Only the best is gonna make it through, and these 6 things was gonna help you, I hope. And if there's anything I can do for you, you need any advice, sing out to me. I'm always, or send me an email, and I'm more than happy to help you guys out. To your success, all the best. Salute.